Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to take up the fifth chapter of your book Vistas named Should Wizard Hit Mommy? Wizard means magician, right? Mommy is mother. Should wizard hit mommy? It is a lesson where there are two main characters, right? Jack and Joe. Jack is the father and Joe is the daughter. This story is written by John Updike, who was an American novelist, a great novelist, poet, or short story writer. He was also a literary critic, right? He had won Pulitzer Prize more than once. That is, two times he had won. He won this for his book that he had written called the Rabbit series. Two books that he had written, Rabbit is Rich and Rabbit is Rest. These two won the Pulitzer Prize. Rabbit series is actually the books that he had written about the middle class man, right, called Harry Rabbit Angstrom. And his middle class life from a young adulthood to the death. Rabbit at Rest is his death. And then he wrote Rabbit Remembered. Right? So his books were very famous. He won Pulitzer Prize for these books, and this story deals with the idea of the parent-children relationship, the relationship between Jack and Joe. Right? What actually is the society? How the people of the society think, how the adults think that the children should do, and what the children, the perspective of the children are also displayed here, right? The perspective of the children is clearly stated. It is perspective is displayed. This story has two major characters. One is Jack the father and Joe the daughter. There was a ritual in the house, or you can say a routine in the house, where Jack used to tell the stories to Joe on Sundays and Saturdays, on holidays, right? But the problem was on Saturday afternoon, which was the most difficult time to make Joe sleep, right? Jack was having a storyline on which he made up these stories. All these stories was made up of from his head only, right? That means he created the stories. He made up the stories. These stories were not written anywhere. He had not read the story, or neither had he seen any story like this. So the stories were made up in his head, and he used to tell his own made up stories. So this was going on for the last 2 years when Joe was 2 years old. That means now Joe was 4 years old, and this is ritual, this routine had continued for 2 years. Okay, so the you can imagine how much a person can make up a story. So Jack was also exhausted with the themes that he had to tell the story. But his story revolved around one character. Okay, that is Roger. The name of the character is Roger. And Roger could be anything, any animal. Roger fish, Roger squirrel, Roger chipmunk, Roger elephant, anything. Okay, so this was a common name given to the character that Roger had created. And there was same storyline, right? It was Roger had some problem, so he went to the wise owl that lived on a tree, and then the wise owl suggested the Roger, particular animal Roger, to go to the wizard. the wizard would solve the problem and he would ask for some money. And that amount was more than what Roger had. So he had to go to a well, chant, uh, and then he had to throw the pennies into the well, and then he would get so much of pennies, and then he would bring back those penny and give to the wizard, and then he would go out happy, play with the animals, and then it is evening time when the train comes and his father returns, and then the whole family sits together to have the supper, and the whole supper is described, and the story was over. Right, this was the storyline for every story that he used to tell, but something was always different. The problem was always different, the solution was always different. Right, so this time also on Saturday afternoon, Joe was made to sleep. Right, so it was the duty of Jack to tell the story to Joe, and the ritual started. Now he thought that his girl is not a small one. She is a bit grown up, right? Because the bumps on her feet under the covers were halfway down the bed. Okay, and that means she was taller. Now he starts the story and he says, "Okay, Joe, what would be the Roger today?" So Joe says it would be a skunk. Now Jack was very happy. She must have learnt about skunks. Skunk is an animal, a small animal, right? Which smells very bad. So Jack thought that she must have been taught about skunks in her school, so she knows about skunk. So he was very happy. There was something new that he could create a story about. So he thought that, okay, now let us start with the story. He says there was Roger Skunk and he smelled very awful. Now Joe knew that skunks smell. She had been told in the school about the skunks who smell very bad. So now the story starts, and as expected by Joe, the story told by Jack was that there was Roger Skunk who smelled very awful. Now she was happy. Then the story takes a twist. There is a turn in the story, and Jack says, and the other animals did not like to play with Roger Skunk. The creatures of the woodland forest, they would not like to play with Roger Skunk because he smelled very awful, right? He smelled so bad that the other creatures of the woodland forest would not play with Roger Skunk. Now this was something which Joe had never expected. She is a small girl. She knew that skunks smell awful. But she did not expect that the story told by Jack would take such a turn. Right? So Jack says the other creatures would not like to play with him. Now Jack here combines his experiences, because in his childhood he had also suffered. He had also been humiliated by other children. The reason is not given here, but maybe because of his poor status, or maybe because he did not wear good clothes, or maybe because he did not bathe properly. Whatever be the reason, right? He was humiliated by other children in his childhood. So now he combines his experience with Roger Skunk. So now what he portrayed is not Roger Skunk, it is he himself. Okay, so now the story continues. He says the other creatures of the Woodland Forest used to tease him by calling him, "Here comes Roger Stinky Skunk," right? And they would run away, and the and Roger Skunk would stand there with the with crying, while all the other creatures would run away, right? And the two little tears would drop from his eyes. Now see here, the father and daughter. One of them tells the story, the other enacts it. Right? Now Joe makes a face, right, with her mouth dropping down and her lower lip bent forward as if she is crying, as if she is Roger Skunk, right, and making her finger, showing her finger that the tears are dropping from the ears of Roger Skunk. So she is enacting what Jack says. So she says that Roger Skunk, he says that Roger Skunk was crying. Now she is desperate, right? She is a child. She doesn't have that much of patience. So she says, "Won't he see the owl?" Right? Now Jack says, yes, he would go and see the owl, right? He was happy that he was telling something which was true, something she must know. And he was in no hurry. He was slowly going on with the story, right? And he wanted his daughter to know the bitter truth of the society. And that is why he was going very slowly. A truth which he had faced, a truth which he was humiliated by others, that he wanted his daughter to know, right? And that is why he was slowly telling the story. And then he tells very slowly that sadly Roger Skunk came to a big tree, and in the tip top of the tree there was an enormous wise old owl. She was very happy, right? Joe was very happy. Oh, now he would get a solution. He would get the direction to go to the wizard, right? So now Jack enacts. He tells to the owl, "All the other little animals run away from me because I smell so bad." Now the owl said, "Yes, you do smell very bad, very, very bad. So what can I do?" Roger Skunk asked. The owl says, "Go to the wizard." Right? He was also in a hurry because he was also feeling the smell. He was also not feeling good. He was having the smell, the awful smell of Roger Skunk. Right? Now she was very happy. Joe was very happy. She started shouting, clapping, and said, "Oh, the wizard, the wizard." Okay. Now here Jack gets a bit angry. Right? He says, "Do you want to tell the story, or I would tell the story?" Right? So Joe is, no, you tell me the story. So father tells her to go to sleep. Right? Now then the story continues. Right? Now before that, the children who are very inquisitive, right, especially about the things which fascinate them. Now she asks, are magic spells real? Now this is really a question which we do not expect from a 4-year-old child. But definitely she had been hearing all this stories going to the uh, wizard. So she asks, are magic spells real? Now Jack here thinks that this was a new phase in the life of his daughter. It is called a reality phase, right? Now he remembers that when once he told Joe that the spiders eat bugs, right? The spiders eat bugs. She turned to her mother and asked, "Do they really eat?" That means she wanted to clarify from her mother whether the father, what the father told was right or wrong, right? And then when his wife told that God was in the sky and all around them, then she turned to her father and asked, right, is he really everywhere? That means this was an age where the children wanted to know the truth, right? they wanted to clarify everything, they wanted to know everything, and that is why when the mention of wizard comes, she asks, are magic spells real? Now, Jack could not say that they were real. He says in the stories they are real, right? That means in the stories you can think that they are real. Now he continues with the story. He says the owl said, go through the dark woods, under the apple trees, into the swamp, over the crink, right? And then again Joe interrupts. What is a crink? Right? Jack, he is interrupted and he doesn't like being interrupted. He says it's a river, a little river, right? And then there is the wizard's house, right? Now the Roger skunk went to the wizard's house and he rapped on the window sill, right? And under the cover, the Joe's feet, they were a bit clenched, right? That means she was excited. What is going to happen? She was happy in this phase when the particular Roger, right? The Roger, that means the particular animal, went to the wizard and the magic spell took place, right? Then the story continues and the wizard comes out of the house and he says, oh, who is it? There was a small man, right? The tiny old man, he came out. He was having a big white beard and a pointed blue hat over his head. And that's, oh, was it? What is it? This language used here is the slang, right? He uses it. Jack uses this slang because he wants to differentiate wizard with the normal people, right? He wants to speak in a language which would be fascinating, which would be entertaining, and which would catch the attention of Joe. So he used to use this language. And then he says, what, you smell awful, right? When he used to make this kind of voice, it was, he felt as if the old man's character suited him. He was best expressing himself in that wizard's character, right? Now, Roger Skunk said that, yes, all the animals run away from me, and the wise owl had asked me to come to you for help. So the wizard asks him to come in, although unwillingly because of the smell, and he says that don't come too close to me, right? Now all these magic things that I have, they are all here and there is no cleaning lady, right? So I will be very much in problem. Now again, Joe has a question. You can see that Joe interrupts again and again because she has so many questions, right? She asks, if the wizard is old, is he going to die? So Jack says, no, wizards don't die, right? So she wants an answer for everything, right? Now the story continues where the wizard takes out the magic wand and asks Roger Skunk, what do you want to smell like? Now Roger thought and then he remembered something and he said, roses, right? Because roses smell very beautiful, right? Its smell is very pleasing. So he says, I would like to smell like roses, right? Now Joe was very happy. Yes, good. Now he would smell like roses, and all the other children are going to play with Roger Skunk, right? And then Jack, he chanted in the wizard's voice, abracadabra, hocus pocus, and all those words that usually the magicians say. And then he, the smell of Roger's skunk changed into the smell of roses. Right? We'll take up to here and then we'll discuss the second part. Okay? Thank you.